All right, folks, I'm back with the second video. We're still on G licks. Just to recap real quickly, if you missed the first one or you're watching these out of order, the first video we talked about G licks and how to put those into, cut and paste them into certain spots in a song. I've got one song already that you can play along with a backing track for 9-pound hammer, prompts you for that stuff on the string. And we talked about licks where you had backwards rolls in them and ended with a third string 3-2 pull off. So ones like this, or so those type. One of them I didn't put in there that's a real common traditional one, traditional fill-in lick that, and some of these you'll start to hear on this video will work either for G or will actually work as a D lick as well. And this is one where you do the forward backward roll and you start with a 2-3 slide on the third string. Okay, so it's 2-3 slide and you go second string, first string, fifth string, and then go backwards. So then you go first string, second string, third string, pull off again, open first, open third. Hey Butterball, it's thundering here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she gets a little scared when it starts thundering. But here's the lick again. So in the song we were doing, the Old Crossroads, oh my brother, he this one. And then you hear me kind of going back to that traditional tag lick too, sometimes to get you back into your roll. So whatever you've got to do to make the timing fit. And speaking of timing, one other thing I wanted to mention I didn't squeeze in the first video is that some of these licks, and here's where you have to be careful, and some people have a hard time fitting it in. Some of these licks start on the first beat of the measure, and then some of them you actually rest on the first beat and you come in on the second beat, which is important because you want to think about the person singing, because you are accenting that, especially if you're doing it while they're singing on a verse or something like that. Oftentimes they end on the first note of, or the first beat of the measure. Okay, so if you have something that starts at the exact same time, then it could start to take away from what they're doing. Kind of depends on how long they're holding it out and what type of word it is they're trying to emphasize. Many of the ones I did in the last video, you would actually do a little pause and then come in on the second beat. So see if you pay attention as I go back through some of those licks. Oh, my brother, he this morning. So it's, oh, my brother, he this rest. Let's see. Oh, let me do the other one, the little chromatic one, see how it works. Oh, my brother, he this morning. That one also has a rest on it. However, the one I just played, the newer one, the forward backward roll, you actually would start that one on the first beat of the measure. Okay? See if you can listen to where I start this. Oh, my brother, he this morning. So when I start the word warning, that's when I'm... So that's the other thing you kind of have to listen for. Does it start on the downbeat, on the first beat of the measure, or is it more syncopated and you do a rest first before you hit the lick? All right, let's see what else we have. Now let's go the other direction and do some ones that start on the fourth string. All right, these I think of some of these as being kind of J.D. Crowe type of ideas. At least that's where I hear them a lot. And the first one is... Okay, and this one breaks a cardinal bluegrass rule there, and that is you have to double thumb it and double index finger. So I'll try to spell that out for you, but you're actually hitting the thumb twice in a row and your index finger twice in a row. So it's not a rolling idea, or it's not an alternating back and forth kind of idea. So it's 4th string open, 4th string 2nd fret, 3rd string open, and now you do the 3-2 pull off. Hey, have you noticed how many 3-2 pull offs there are on the 3rd string? And then open, 3rd, fourth string at the second fret, open fourth, open third. So real slow. Okay, and then everything I played on the fourth string was with the thumb. Everything I played on the third string was the index. Okay, I never went back and forth, and I never used my middle finger on that. So thumb, thumb, index, 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 thumb, thumb, index. Okay, so here it is in the Old Crossroads. Oh, oh, my brother, he this one. Don't let old Satan hold your hand. Okay, so on that one, that is one that starts on the first beat of the measure as well. So if you notice, sometimes I have a hard time singing that note and then starting the lick at the same time, because it's like doing this. One more time. Oh, my brother, he this one. All right, so, and then a quick variation of that I like. It's hard to do really fast, but it's open on the fourth string. Let's see. All right, so start instead of, let's see. Instead of that one, it is. Yeah, the main difference is after you do the fourth string open, fourth string second fret, then you go fourth string open again. See if you can hear the difference. I'm going to do them both in the Old Crossroads. In fact, I'll just keep singing it, because every time I finish a breath there, finish a line of the song, I can put in a lick. So, oh, my brother, he this one. Don't let old Satan hold your hand. You'll be lost in sin forever. Sorry, I kind of get carried away with all those licks. If you'll notice, there's some more where when in doubt, just kind of do some hammering on, pulling off on the third string, and you'll figure out some other variations that you like. Okay, that one's a good one where you start on the third string with a hammer on, 2 to 3. So hammer on, and then back to the second fret. And then hammer on, pull off, open, third. And you'll notice that a lot of these have the similar ideas. You're doing the same stuff. Like the ones we focused on before all had the forward or the backwards roll there, and you ended up with the 3 to 2 pull off. These all have 3 to 2 pull offs in them too. You also have 3 to 2 hammer ons and hammer on pull offs. One of the biggest keys to me that helped me, and I'll go ahead and give a shout out, because I've learned from all these folks who come on YouTube and post their videos or sell their instructional material. And I've tried a lot of them and have gotten something from all of them. But Jeff Howald from the Free Banjo Videos website, he does packages that he sells. So he had one where he does J.D. Crowe licks. He's got 2 different series of that, and those are really good to kind of take away the mystery. So if you like J.D. Crowe and you just hear a whole lot of hammer-ons, you hear a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs, but not exactly sure how to put that together right, that series of videos there really helped me. I think they were like $5.99 a piece, and there were 2 of them, and you get like 40 minutes worth of instructional materials and about 12 different licks you can start putting together. All right, let me see if I can think of any more here while I'm at it. Yeah, there's one where you're doing, you're hammering on the third string, and then you're going back and forth with the 5th string. brother, heed this warning. Don't let old Satan hold your hand. So you're doing hammer-ons, and then you're alternating that with your fifth string open. And notice how all these licks are kind of ending up with the fourth string, second fret to open, and then back to the third string open. So just remember, if you're in G, you're going to end up with almost every time on these down the neck licks, you're going to end up with the third string open, which is your G. All right, that's enough rambling for now. Maybe I'll come back on here and try some bluesy licks next, and then some of those will be down the neck or up the neck kind of things, and then we'll see what else we have time for. Thanks a lot.